What is going on, guys? DBG here, and we're doing another tier list today. Get your popcorn, lads. This one's gonna be a long one. This one is going to be a long one because we are going to be ranking the best cards in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. And lads, if you're wondering why I'm saying this is gonna be a long one, I remember like almost all these cards are good. We have almost all the dark matters in. Almost all these cards are somewhat usable, but we've got our tiers. Our tiers are best 10, elite competitive cards, as in guys that you will see being ran if you want to go 12-0 in Unlimited. Or if you want to, and you're playing, and in any of those 12-0 games, you're coming up against someone who's trying to go 12-0 as well. Absolutely, when two top 1% in the world play each other. Guys that are kind of needed in those type of scenarios. Or if you're obviously playing the game for money. Then we got Elite Unlimited guys. Guys that can dominate if you are playing an unlimited game. Maybe not so much in a competitive game because they do have flaws. A prime example of a guy that's going to be in this tier is Manu Ginobili. I have absolutely, you've seen it on my channel, I have dominated in Unlimited with Manu Ginobili. But I'm pretty sure if I come up against a competitive player or a competitive level player, they'll kind of put a stop to Manu Ginobili. So that's just there. Then we have got usable in comp. And there's a difference between being a really good player in comp and usable in comp. Because a lot of the guys that will be usable competitively are guys that, whether you use them against a guy who started the game yesterday or you use them against the best player in the world, they're going to give you the same. These are guys that aren't going to be guys that aren't going to be much in terms of shot creating, in terms of getting to the basket. There's going to be a lot of cones in the usable and comp tier. The usable and unlimited tier are guys that are, again, just solid cards. Solid cards. You see them in a lot of unlimited squads, and if they're in your squad, they're pretty good. Just about usable are cards that I would say, even in unlimited, I would say are just like, they're not great, but they're fine. Like, you can get away with having them in your squad, but I wouldn't say any of them are great. And then the only use if you like in real life are the cards that, unless you are huge fans of these players in real life, do not use them. Okay, so you're wondering why this is going to take so long? We got 206 players here. And we're not going to spend, we've spent 2.5 minutes in the intro, we're not going to spend too long. Mel Daniels. Somewhere between just about usable and usable and unlimited. I'm going to put him in, he's not usable and unlimited, because he still is pretty decent. He's still got that 95 speed. He's still pretty okay. Alexi Pokashevsky. He's not an elite competitive player. I mean, he can be elite and unlimited. He's a cheese ball. He is a cheese ball. He's going into elite and unlimited, with especially on next gen. He is a cheese ball. Then we got Alex English. I'm going to say he's definitely more than decent in Unlimited. He's not great at any level. I've tried to use him competitively and I've been successful, but I think I'm the only person in the world that likes Alex English. Allen Iverson, prime example of only use if you like in real life. A very, very solid player. Or I say a very, very not solid player, and he can't move on next gen. Unless you're the biggest Allen Iverson fan, he sucks. Andre Kurlenko, usable in comp. You know what, screw it. I'm going to get one player for each of these tiers to sum it all up. So this Andre Kurlenko is in best 10. Obviously, he's absolutely elite. Andre Kurlenko, whether you can throw Andre Kurlenko into a squad and go into and play this game for money, and you're fine. You can use him in your limited squad, and you're fine. You can try to run through Andre Kurlenko and lose to a guy who can barely play the game. He is flawed, but he's solid. Okay, Wiggins. I much prefer Wiggins to English. I know some people prefer English to Wiggins, so I'm going to say I'm going to put just about usable here. Jameson, probably not in the best 10. He's an elite comp player. When you're seeing high-level players playing for money, Jameson is used in so many other squads. Antoine Jameson, Exum base, Chicken Man Jameson is in elite comp. So, again, we've got one player in every tier. Yeah, this is... I like what we have so far here. And we got Anthony Davis. He's just fine. Like, you're not going to see him in an elite comp. You're very rarely going to see him in an elite competitive setting. Occasionally you will if someone really likes to release. You're very rarely going to see someone dominate unlimited with Anthony Davis because he can't really dominate. And he's usable competitively because he is usable competitively. Then we got this Anthony Davis. I mean, he's a little bit worse. He's not, again, elite and unlimited, but he is usable. He's usable and unlimited. Definitely usable and unlimited. Probably better. He's better than Mel Daniels. Anthony Edwards. I'm going to put Edwards in usable and unlimited. I think that's the tier where he belongs. And I don't know. I think you can run, especially on next gen, maybe not on current gen. On next gen, you can use Bailey Hell. And you know, I might say, oh, he's only a 6'7" small forward. But I mean, like, at this stage, you're more likely to face a demigod at point guard than small forward. Like, you're more likely to play 6'11". Actually, Thon Maker exists and Jonathan Isaac. But, no, I think he's good. He's in this tier. He is in this tier. And I prefer him to all these guys. I would be tempted to put him in Elite Unlimited, but I have struggled going to him as my go-to option. But he was great. When he was in my squad, he was great. I took him out of my squad for, was it Manu Bowl? But he's really good. Ben Simmons. This is a debate. This is a debate whether he's best 10 or elite comp. It's between him and Giannis. I'm going to put him in elite comp for now, but he might get brought up. Here's Ben Simmons, elite unlimited. Again, I've used them competitively. Playing against, again, I play Crispy, one of the best players in the world. Or one of the, by best, I mean, like probably best 50 players in the world on next gen. The guy is absolutely elite, and I dominated against him with this Ben Simmons right here. Using this Ben Simmons with Larry Bird, Cone, point guard. He's flawed, very flawed on current gen, which is why I'm not going to put him in elite comp. Because of how much hot zones matter on current gen and how small the green window is, I definitely can't justify putting him up there, but he is really good in my opinion. Big Ben Wallace, elite comp. One of the best. He's preference. Him versus Bill Russell is preference. They're the same height in terms of like wingspan and everything. They've got very similar player builds, and Ben Wallace is not quite Ray Allen based, but he's chicken. Now we got Bill Russell. I'm going best 10 for Bill. I'm going best 10 cards in the game for Bill Russell. It'll be tough to see who else comes in the squad, but I'm going best 10 for Bill. I think he's unbelievable. Bill Walton. Just about usable. Yeah, he's meh. Blake Griffin. I'm putting Blake in usable and limited. I don't even think Blake is really usable. That usable competitively because of his short wingspan. Boban. Only use if you like in real life. I mean, Boban versus Sim Vular is basically a close battle. So only use if you like in real life for Boban Marjanovic. No one's going to use Sim Vular. I don't think anyone's probably going to use Boban either. Bobby Jones. I mean, Bobby Jones, you can, because of how good he is on defense and his just cone capabilities, he is usable and competitive. He's not going to be an elite unlimited player, but he is usable and competitive, so let's throw him in that tier. Bob McAdoo. Next gen. He's good, man. He's good. I don't know how he is on current gen, though, so I'm going to put him in usable and unlimited. But he's really good on next gen. He's got base 5, which is Clyde based on very quick. Boris Diaw, elite unlimited. I don't care what anyone says. Gallo base, one of my favorite releases in the game. He's 6'8", Pro 3 behind the back, elite dribbling. He has carried me so many times in unlimited. He's so good. He's so good. He's carried me so many times in limited. And I've used them, like, the week where it was, like, all Amethyst players and lower. And then you had, like, your one... I think was it all Amethyst and lower, and you had, was it one Dark Matter you could have? And I used to, 90% of the time, the other team would run a Amethyst or a Dark Matter point guard, and Diaw destroy them every time. Ingram, 6'9" Ingram. Base 75. He's an elite unlimited player. He's absolutely elite. Problem is, I don't know how many times you're going to see Ingram being ran in games for money. Whereas I think you're going to see a lot of Antoine. You're going to see a lot of Simmons. And I think I have a feeling you'll see a lot of Ben Wallace as well. Buddy Hield, usable and unlimited. Too small, Reed, usable in comp. He is chicken though. He is chicken. Colbert Cheney. He's usable and unlimited. He's usable. Karis LeVert. I mean, again, he's another one that's fine. He's not an elite unlimited player. This tier is going to be most people. Melo, only use if you like in real life. Chandler Parsons. I like him, but I can see why people hate him. He stinks on current gen. He absolutely stinks on current gen, so I'm going to put Chandler Parsons just about usable. But I really like him. Like, I would put my Chandler Parsons... I put Chandler Parsons on almost the same level as Opal Larry Bird, as that cone point guard. But very few people run with the cone point guard. The cone point guard type player. And like, it's only in very specific situations where he's good. And the reason why I think I put him so high on my top 100 list, because I've been running him, anytime I ran him, I had Ben Simmons point guard. Or Ben Simmons small forward, because I can't afford the point guard Ben Simmons. So I use the small forward Ben Simmons as my primary ball handler, and then I have Chandler Parsons as my cone point guard. So that works really, really well. We got Channing Frye. Yeah, he's usable in the limited. He's definitely not usable competitively. And he's definitely not elite unlimited. Charles Oakley, I don't like him at all. I'm going to put Charles Oakley in just about usable. I've tried him a few times. I just don't like the card. I don't even mind his release that much. I just don't really like him. Chris Bosh. I mean, power forward next gen. He's very usable competitively. So he's definitely not elite comp, but he is somewhat usable competitively. So he's not there. Chris Boucher. I reckon Chris Boucher could fill that role. I haven't used him, but I know his release. I reckon he could fill in that role as a cone power forward, especially on next gen. Christian Wood, elite unlimited. Ray Allen, base, absolute chicken man. Elite on offense. Defense is mediocre, but he's going there. Cliff Robinson. I don't know whether I'm going to put Cliff Robinson in elite unlimited, because I don't think he is going to be used in elite level comp. He's one of my favorite players. I really like his release, but I know apparently people hate his release, so let's put him in usable in comp. Colin Sexton, only use if you like him in real life. He's 6'1". Dame Lillard, only use if you like him in real life. Danny Ferry, best 10. I stand by Danny Ferry in my best 10 players. I'm so high on this card. He's basically AK, except he plays small forward, power forward instead of point guard. And yeah, AK's got more badges in certain regards, but like, I don't feel like there's any difference between playing with both of them. It's in the same tier. Danny Granger. A power forward. You know what? He's usable. He's just James Worthy. He's just James Worthy. He's not elite comp. He's definitely not an elite unlimited player. But he's just James Worthy. So let's put him in usable in comp. Darius Miles, just about usable. No, he's 6'9". He's 6'9". If I'm putting Colbert Cheney in usable and limited, Darius Miles is going there as well. No, but he's got slasher dribble style. I think I'll put him in just about usable. D-Rob. I mean, he's either just about usable in comp or just about usable or usable and unlimited. I'm gonna put him in. I mean, if you were asking me who I would take, D-Rob or this AD, I would take D-Rob. So I'll put D-Rob in just about usable in comp. De'Aaron Fox, just about usable. Him and Ja Morant are literally the same card, except one's right-handed, one's left-handed. It's hilarious. DeAndre Hunter, usable in comp. You can easily use DeAndre Hunter in any competitive setting. He's not going to be an elite competitive card, but you can use him in them. Use him in it. DeAndre Jordan. I'm torn between 3 tiers because he is an elite unlimited player. I don't know whether I want to put him in this tier, or this tier. Because you probably could. Like in the right hands, he's an elite unlimited player, so I'm going to put him in elite unlimited. Dean Wade, elite unlimited. Dean Wade, absolute chicken man. Base 5, which is Clyde Drexler, very quick. I am such a big fan of Dean Wade. His movement's insane, his release is insane. Definitely not a current gen card, but on next gen he can cook. So put into the elite unlimited tier. And the reason why I have elite unlimited tier over usable in comp is that if you go into an unlimited game, it's a lot easier to put up big points with these guys than these guys. However, if you're in a competitive game, these guys are more likely to be exposed than these guys, which is why I have them in different tiers. But the reason I have elite unlimited more is that a lot more of you guys are going to play unlimited more than play competitively. Dejante Murray, his release is cruise, just about usable. Buggy, I mean, usable in the limited, he's fine. You want to argue usable in comp, fair enough, but I'm going to put him in usable in the limited. DeMar DeRozan, I'm putting him beside Bailey Hell. I'm saying usable in comp. I don't think he's an elite comp player. I don't think he's cooking too many people unlimited anymore. So yeah, that's where he's going. Denny Avdia. I mean, he's usable competitively. Dude's 6'9". Dude is 6'9", but he can cook. I'm going to put him in elite unlimited. He can really cook. I don't know. He's 6'9" with a handle and a super fast release. Yeah, I'm going to put him into... Nah. On next gen, he probably is elite unlimited. He can't. No, I'll put him in usable in comp. Darren Williams, only use if you like in real life. At this stage, only use. He was great, though, for a while. Especially on next gen. Richard Van Aardale, elite comp. The amount, like... Any pro... He's like the pro on point guard's dream on next gen. Richard Van Aardale, absolutely. Absolute chicken man. Dikembe Mutombo, top 10. Where is he? I don't know. It's such a tough one because the center position is between Dikembe, Porzingis, Bol, and Bill Russell. I think they're going to be my top 10. I think they're going to be my big men. So I'm going to put them in best 10. Dino. I give Dino Hall of Fame showtime. He's an elite competitive level player. He's so good. And even if you're on next gen, just give him gold posterizer, because that does the same thing as Hoff, basically. But just get him even gold showtime. And Dino Raja, absolutely fantastic. Dirk. Only use if you like him in real life. At this stage, nah, he's just about usable. He's just about usable. Draymond. I mean, Draymond is very usable as the cone point guard in my team. Draymond is more than usable as a cone point guard, to be honest. So, I don't mind him too much. I think he's okay. Okay, so, Drazen Pachovic, just about usable. Drazen is just about usable. That's all I'm going to say. Drazen, he's alright. He's fine, but I mean, for going 68-0, he is just about usable. Hey man, we have so much left to do. Dwight. Screw it. His release isn't great, but elite comp, no question. Wade. I don't know. I'm going to put Wade in elite unlimited, because Wade can cook. Wade can 3-hunt. He really can. He really can. And he gets those chase down animations. I mean, you could argue Wade in elite comp. In the right hands, Wade is elite comp. In most people's hands, though, he's more elite unlimited too. Eddie Johnson, usable and unlimited. He's fine. Eddie Jones, again, they are clones of each other. They're almost clones of each other name-wise as well. Elgin Baylor is... No, he's elite unlimited. He's elite unlimited. He's like... In a competitive setting, he's not Luka, but in an unlimited setting, in most people's hands, he's going to play exactly like that invincible Luka. So I'm going to put him into elite unlimited tier. Then we've got Alvin Hayes, just about usable. I mean, the 83 ball really does let him down, but he's fine. He's objectively fine, but for me, he's the worst version of Bob McAdoo, and he's like a significantly worse version of Bob McAdoo. Eric Gordon, just about usable. About 6'4" and okay release. Eric Pascal, just about usable as well. He's a little bit better than these guys down here, but he's not great. Gary Payton. And Gary Payton a little bit ahead in usable and unlimited, but he's not great. George Girvin. I mean, George Girvin's in the usable and competitive. Like, he is just about usable and competitive. But again, it's just about usable. It's just about usable and unlimited. The fact that he can survive in competitive, especially with that Gallinari base, he's actually pretty good. George Mikan, just about usable. he's okay. And like, if you're comparing George Mikan compared to Anthony Davis, I'd take Davis over him. Gerald Wilkins. I mean, usable and unlimited, he's fine. He's not great on next gen. On current gen, he's only good on next gen. Mirasan, elite unlimited. Mirasan runs by everybody. Dribble glitch or just speed patch, weird glitch. He's got 177 speed on next gen. Him and Manu Ginobili are the two fastest players with the ball in their hands. People say Deep Hash is dead. Not on next gen with Manu Ginobili or Mirasan. Deep Hash is literally unguardable with those guys because they're too fast. And yeah, definitely I think he can be exposed in a competitive setting. It's easier to, for me, it's easier to expose Manu Ginobili than expose Mirasan, because Mirasan's chicken. Where he literally has Brook Lopez base, whereas Manu Ginobili doesn't have the greatest release. But I mean, I'm gonna put him in Elite Unlimited, but I have a weird feeling that you're gonna see in next gen competitive some people rim running with Mirasan as their main tactic. Giannis Antetokounmpo, usable and competitive. He's very good in competitive. He's borderline in the elite competitive tier, but it's hard to really cook with him in unlimited, so he can't go into Elite Unlimited. Giannis, I mean, he's got to go top 10, doesn't he? He's Giannis, a point guard, and pretty much everyone can get a half-range badge. Gilbert Arenas, I mean, they did give him a really good release. I mean, Gilbert Arenas versus De'Aaron Fox. I mean, I can't objectively say one's better than the other, so we've got these here right now. Okay, then we have got Glenn Robinson. So Glenn, usable and unlimited. That's a fair tier, I think, for Glenn Robinson. Gordon Hayward. He's pretty chicken. Kind of short wingspan, though. Usable. I mean, you could probably get away with... I'll put him in usable and limited, but you'll probably get away with using competitively. Grant Hill, without doubt, usable in comp. Without question, he's usable in comp. He's incredible. He is absolutely incredible. Horace Grant. I'm not sure how he would fit. Like Horace Grant, Bob McAdoo is preference, so I'm going to put him in usable and unlimited. Jalen Rose, usable and unlimited. He's very solid. Jamal Crawford, usable and limited, but borderlining on elite. I'm putting him in elite and unlimited because he can cook. He's his own signature size up, which is the only player in the game that gets it. He's got Trey Burke base with a really nice upper. He's got a long wingspan, a skinny player build, which makes him easier to move around with. And the fact is, if you're talking current gen or next gen, he is one of the easiest 3-hunting players to score with in the game. So for that reason, I'm putting him into Elite Unlimited. Yes, he's not the greatest defensive player, but man, if you're playing in like the silver gold tier and you're playing against a guy who's been playing the game a couple of months and you want to drop 40 with somebody, there's not that many players in the game that you could do that with more than Crawford. Although I would never use Crawford in any sort of competitive setting. Against a good player, they will expose Crawford. But against a bad player, Crawford might score more than anybody else in this unlimited tier, apart from maybe Simmons and Poku. Harden. This Harden is in only use if you like in real life. This Harden is in usable in comp. This Harden, in the right hands, this Harden can cook. But his Harden's bad. Wiseman. I've seen so little of him in competitive that I can't really put him in elite comp. So I'm gonna say elite unlimited because man, he's one of my main scorers. Like for me, I would rather use Wiseman than a Dikembe on next gen, but I know that's not the case for most people. And I know I would rather face a Wiseman than face a Dikembe. So for that reason, we've got James Wiseman out here in Elite Unlimited. James Worthy, wherever Granger is. He's usable competitively. His defense makes him usable competitively. And he can play small forward. Ja Morant, same tier as De'Aaron Fox. Jaren Jackson Jr. At this stage in the game, do I put him in just about usable? Nah, he's as good as Mel Daniels. Let's put him in usable and unlimited. Jared Allen. Usable competitively. Jared Allen's really, really good. And he works well. Jason Williams only use if you like him in real life. Jaylen Brown, I don't rate him at all, but he is usable and unlimited. He's very much used. Actually, screw it. Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's usable competitively as a cone. He is usable as a cone competitively. This Tatum, usable and unlimited. This Tatum, usable in comp. I just don't want to put them both in the same tier. Even though I'm going to have to. This Tatum's one of the better cards in this tier. His Tatum somewhere in the middle. Jeff Green. I don't like his release, so I'm not going to put him in usable in comp. I'm going to say he's usable in unlimited. Actually, screw it. In some sort of low-level comp, you could definitely get away with using Jeff Green. Jeremy Grant, usable in comp, definitely. You can use him competitively. Jerry Lucas, just about usable. He chest passed the shot. It's impossible to time a chest pass. Yijian Lian. This is a tough one. I'm going to put Yijian Lian in elite comp. I think he's an elite competitive level player. Screw it. I'm putting Cliff Robinson. I really like Cliff Robinson. If you can get his release down, he's unbelievable because he gets to Kawhi Leonard slap the floor defensive animations. I think Cliff Robinson and he can be used at the highest of high levels. Jimmy Butler. A high level comp. Like, is he? I don't know if I'm going to put Jimmy in like usable in comp or elite comp. I'm going to say usable because I don't rate him that highly. Joel Embiid. He's not bad. I'm going to put him in usable and I'm going to put this Embiid here into elite. Doesn't quite make my top 10, but he is an elite player. Joel Embiid is an elite player. This John Wall, usable and unlimited. Actually, no, screw it. If I have De'Aaron Fox and Ja Morant, John Wall's with them and just about usable. This John Wall, usable and unlimited because again he's only 6'4". Jonathan Isaac. I still think Jonathan Isaac's an elite player, and you can see him in any sort of high level game because again he's 6'11", he can shoot and he can defend. Josh Jackson, he's not bad. I'm gonna put him in the usable and normal comp setting. You can just, if you're playing competitively, you could definitely use Josh Jackson, although he would not be a standout player. Josh Smith, same. He's not gonna destroy teams. He's not gonna score 30 points for you, which is why he's not in the elite unlimited category. He's not gonna take over a game by himself, but he is definitely usable, even if you're playing for money. You can maybe make the argument that Josh Smith goes into the elite comp. J.R. usable and unlimited. I'm not a fan. I am not a fan of this card. Julius Irving. If I'm putting Jimmy Butler in usable and comp, I gotta put him in usable and comp as well. Julius Randle, just about usable at this stage. Not terrible. Justice Winslow, usable and unlimited. You're not gonna really destroy many people with him anymore. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I mean, he's actually usable competitively. He's so good on defense, he's usable. Again, he's like probably the choice number 9, 10 in terms of centers, but he's going there anyway. This Kareem, just about usable. He's so big and so good on defense, but he's even worse shooting than the other Kareem. Cat. I'm not like, he's got the stats for it. He's got the attributes. I don't know if he's got the release. He's got the jump shot to put him in elite comp, so I'm gonna put Cat in usable and comp. Karl Malone. I mean, he's alright. I'll go usable and unlimited. He could easily be bumped up one tier though. Kawhi Leonard. This is a tough one, because you still see, I'm gonna have to put him in usable and comp, but you could definitely put him in this top tier. Like, some people will prefer Kawhi to Cliff Robinson. I prefer Cliff to Kawhi. This Kawhi, however, though, is he going best? He might be going best 10. He might be going best 10. I might move this other Kawhi up. I'm going to move the other Kawhi up to elite comp, and this Kawhi is in the best 10. Keldon Johnson. He's okay. Usable and unlimited, I guess. You could either go in that tier up 1. Kenny Walker, just about usable. Kevin Durant. Does Kevin Durant go best 10 at the 2? I think he might. I think my 2 guards might be Kevin Durant and Kawhi. Danny Ferry, probably LeBron as a small forward. Kevin Garnett, usable and unlimited. Kevin Garnett, usable and competitive. I'm not even going to say he's elite competitive at this stage. Maybe on next gen, definitely not on current from what I've seen. KPJ, one tier ahead of wherever JR is. I'm going to say he's definitely usable in some sort of low-level comp if you like his release, especially because he's got blinders. Clay. I mean, Clay's a cone, so like, you can use a cone in almost any scenario, and he's a high-level cone. This Kobe Bryant, only use if you like him in real life. This Kobe sucks. This Kobe, however, is in the elite comp category, and I'm going to put this Kobe Bryant in the elite unlimited category. There are very few differences between these two guys. I'm not that high on Kobe, but like, again, you'll see this. You might see Kobe Bryant being used competitively, but Kobe is one of the best scorers. Like, with Kobe release, you can score with him as well as any of these guys except for maybe Elgin Baylor. He's just that little bit small to be used in a competitive setting, and I'm not sure he's quite good enough to be used as a primary focal point. But man, this Kobe's class, so I can't put him in third tier. I can't put him in the elite unlimited tier because he's very, very good. Kristaps. Kristaps going best 10. Kristaps is going best 10 for now. Honestly, maybe it's next gen bias, but I've seen most people run Kristaps on next gen in their squad, or on current gen in their squad. I think everyone uses him on next gen to play this game at a high level. He's fantastic. Kuz is somewhere between elite unlimited and usable unlimited. You're not going to see Kuzma really in a competitive setting, but he is very solid for unlimited. Kyrie, only use if you like him in real life. Lamar Odom, usable in comp. I'm not going to put him high level comp, I don't think, right now. I don't think he belongs there, but he's definitely usable in comp, and he's more of a cone than anything else. LaMelo Ball at this stage, just about usable. This LaMelo Ball, elite comp. He's class, especially on next gen. The way he moves on next gen is so nice. You could argue him, like, it's preference. You could argue him over an AK or a Giannis, or you could argue Simmons over them. It's preference, and he's in the elite comp tier. Larry Bird, usable competitively, especially if you are running with him as a cone point guard. He's one of the better guys here to run. I think he's like he's a downgraded version of Lamar Odom in that role. If you play him alongside of Ben Simmons, he's so good. Larry Johnson, usable and unlimited. He's okay. Larry Keenan. I don't even think anyone's going to really enjoy. Low-level players aren't going to have success with him. He's not good enough for a high-level player. I'm going to say he's just about usable. Larry, usable and unlimited. He's actually alright. They changed his release as well. LeBron James, he's not, I don't put him in Giannis or AK territory, but he is an elite competitive player. He's really, really good, this LeBron. This LeBron is a tough one. This is a tough one. I'm going to put him in, I'm still going to put him in elite comp, and this LeBron, obviously, we know he is going into best 10. So we got our small forward sorted. There is just one player we have left in our best 10 that we forgot to put on the list. We forgot to put one of my top 10 players on the list. Alright, we got to find someone else, I guess. And Manute Bol's in the best, or Bol's in the best 10. Bol rounds out the best 10, lads. And again, this is coming from someone who predominantly plays next gen. So there are definitely 1 to 2 guys that current gen players will not have in their best 10. Lionel Simmons, man, I love this card. He's just about usable. Lonnie Walker, he's just about usable. This Lonzo Ball, usable and unlimited. You know what? You could probably use. Nah, he's usable and unlimited. He's a little bit small. This Lonzo Ball, usable competitively. Getting close to the elite unlimited tier, but you can't really drop like 50. This is where an elite unlimited. This is the definition of a elite unlimited player. Luka Doncic can still carry you in unlimited. Heck, you still see him the odd time being around competitively, but everyone that plays game for money now has the good Luka. But this guy here is the definition of just can cook people in unlimited, but in certain scenarios gets cooked on the other end. So for that reason, against some competitive level players, they will expose this Luka at this stage. But Man, I still think he's good. This Luka Doncic, just about usable. If LaMelo Ball's in this tier, that's where he goes. This Luka Doncic, elite comp. I don't put Luka in my top 10. I prefer Kawhi. I think Kawhi and Kevin Durant are better with the 2, and I don't like Luka as a point guard. However, I don't have the MT for any of the guys in my top 10, so Luka Doncic, you better believe you're coming into my team. Then we have got Magic Johnson. I mean, I've got Grant Hill. I prefer Grant Hill to Magic Johnson. So I'm going to go 1 Magic in usable and comp and 1 Magic in... Where did I leave Magic? There we go. I'm going to put 1 Magic into elite comp. Because he is really good. And there's very little between the 2 Magics. But they're kind of between 2 tiers. So the easiest thing to do is put 1 in each. Malik Beasley, usable and unlimited. He's fine. He's not great. He's fine. Manu Ginobili. I mean, Manu is an unlimited god as well. Like, Manu can flat out score. And there's a bit of a pattern with the elite unlimited guys. They're mostly guys that, outside of like Deandre Jordan and Simmons, that may not be the greatest defensive players, but can drop 40 points against weak enough opposition. And that's what most of unlimited is. Not sweating and playing against guys that aren't really great at the game. And in those scenarios, these guys can go out and drop 40 with these great releases, good dribble sigs, and just good overall movement. Have the little bit of advantage in that specific game mode. Minute Ball, elite and unlimited. You've seen me run. You've seen videos where I've just ran by people for the entire game with Minute Ball. That is where he belongs. I wish there was a bigger line between the tiers. And there's a big white line. That would make things a lot easier. But Markelle Fultz, just about usable, I reckon. Actually, no, he's got Steph. He's Steph. He's usable in unlimited. Marquez Johnson, just about usable. Matt Bonner, just about usable. Maurice Lucas, just about usable. Maurice Lucas' jump shot is not high enough for me to consider him a good card. Matt Bonner at this stage is just about usable. Michael Jordan. I mean, he is usable competitively. He's so good defensively, he's usable competitively. I would say that he's very weak in unlimited. He's not going to do much. This Michael Jordan here, elite comp. Elite comp. His defense fantastic. Everything about this card is fantastic. Again, I'm not the biggest Michael Jordan fan, but even I'm not going to put him out of these top 2 tiers. He belongs in tier number 2. Michael Ray Richardson. He's good. He's actually very, very solid. I'm going to put him in usable and unlimited. Mikal Bridges, usable in comp. Kind of low. Like, again, he's not a high-level comp player. I used him in my squad again when I was playing in my the last next-gen tournament. But that's only because I couldn't really afford anyone else, and I really like base 80. Miles Bridges, just about usable. Mo Bamba, just about usable at this stage. This card, Moses Malone, does not exist. Naz Reid, just about usable. Nick Batum. If you're on current gen, he's probably in the usable and unlimited category. If you're on next gen, he's elite comp. So I'm gonna go with my next gen bias here because I know someone's gonna react to this video and give a current gen perspective on it. So I'm gonna give my next gen perspective and say he's elite comp. Nick Batum. Like, Nick Batum a point guard on next gen versus this LeBron a point guard, there's like almost no difference. There is almost no difference at all. However, I will say there's a difference between both of these guys and Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is way better on next gen than both of these guys. Then we got Vucevic. He's actually alright. He's not that much different though than Lowry, so I'm gonna put him usable and unlimited. Toppin, eat the free one. Just about usable. Other Toppin, usable and unlimited. Is that where I've got Denny Avdia? Have I got Denny Avdia in a higher tier? Screw it. You can use Toppin at the... No, you can use Toppin at the 2 in any sort of setting. You can use Toppin at the 2, not at the 1. You can use him at the 2 in any setting. OG Anunoby. He's not high level on limb or high level comp, but he is usable in comp. Man, this video is taking longer than I thought. I'm not even going through these in depth. Oscar Robertson, somewhat usable in comp. I've got Harden in comp. If I've got Harden in there, I've got to put Oscar Robertson in there. Pascal Siakam. Screw it. At the power forward position, because height, again, 6'9" is fine no matter where they are. But he's tall players everywhere. Pascal Siakam is in the elite comp category. Lads, really, really solid. Really, really solid card. Then we got Paul George. Again, I still think at the 2, he's an elite comp player. I still think you can see him, you might see him in occasionally in the biggest of the big games. I think Paul George is very good at 6'9" 2 guard. Maravich, I'm going to say Maravich belongs in the Elite Unlimited tier. He's in the right hands. I don't think anyone really would go out of their way to use him any more competitively, but I mean, in the right hands, he can still drop 85 points in an Unlimited game against weak opposition, especially on next gen. PJ Washington, usable and unlimited. He's a little bit undersized. Ralph Sampson, usable competitively. Not elite comp, but he is usable in comp. He's 7'2", 7'4", 7'7" wingspan. Ray Allen, elite and unlimited. Especially on next gen, I'm not sure there's a player on this list that you can score more points with single-handedly on next gen than Ray Allen, so he belongs here, but no one's really going to be using him in high-level comp. RJ Barrett, usable and unlimited. He's solid. He's a solid unlimited card. RJ Hampton, same. A solid unlimited card. Like, RJ Hampton, though, is bordering on the Elite Unlimited, because he's, with that base 80, he can cook. Robert Covington, usable in some lower level comp against kind of weaker competitive players, or in high level unlimited. That's where he belongs. Robert Parrish, just about usable. He's not great. Robert Reed. Heck, I used Robert Reed competitively and he balled, so I'm going to put Robert Reed in usable in comp. I'm going to put him in this tier. Then we have got Rudy, usable and unlimited. Wherever Kuzma is, I'm going to put Rudy. I rate them very, very similarly. Rui Hachimura, usable and unlimited as well. I think he's a worse version of those two guys. Russell Westbrook, just about usable. Or use if you like him in real life. Sadiq Bey, usable and unlimited. He's fine. He's basically the same card as Eddie Curry and Eddie Jones and Eddie Johnson. They're like clones. All three of them are clones of each other. Sarunas, usable and unlimited. We don't really have too many like big cards to go right here. We got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, definitely usable competitively. I don't think he's a high level competitive card, but definitely usable in that tier. Then we got Shaq. Shaq's still a high level competitive card. I still think he's one of the top 10 centers in the game, and I still think you can definitely get away with him even if you're playing for big money, if you like his release. That's the same with like a Will Chamberlain. Sean Kemp, just about usable. I didn't even like Sean Kemp when he came out. Steph, only use if you like in real life. Steven Jackson is usable competitively. Steven Jackson's really, really good. Steve Francis, only use if you like in real life. He's not very good. Steve Nash, only use if you like in real life. Terrence Ross, he's not bad. He's not bad. He's bordering on Elite and Unlimited. I'm going to put him in usable and unlimited. He's bordering on Elite and Unlimited. He was class when I used him yesterday. Thaddeus Young. Thaddeus Young drops into the Elite and Unlimited tier. He's so good. He's in that Dean Wade tier of guys that are low overalls but are just chicken men, so they're fantastic. Wade based on very quick lefty, 6'8", good defender. Yeah, he's an elite unlimited player. Then we got Thon. Thon, high level comp. High level comp. A lot of people would have Thon in their best 10. And I mean, considering Bol Bol's not there, I think who would go into my best? I'd probably push in probably Ben Simmons at the 4. I'm trying to think, because Bol Bol's not there. And Bol Bol would probably surround out my best. Ben Simmons at the 4 is probably what I would do, what I would go with. Or Ben Simmons, or on Giannis at the 2 and push Ferry to the 4 or LeBron to the 4. One of those two. Screw it. We don't have Bol Bol on the list, so let's just put Simmons up there. I rate Simmons way higher than a lot of people do, though. Thurl's usable competitively. Because he's 6'11". Because he's 6'11", he's pretty good. And we got TJ Warren, usable and unlimited. I tried to use TJ Warren competitively and he sucked. He stunk the place up, so like I'm not saying he's usable competitively. Tom Van Ardale. There's a difference in my opinion between Tom and Richard. I think Richard is way more effective on next gen than Tom is on current gen. I think Tom is in that Dwayne Wade level. I think they're similar level of effectiveness. Tom Van Ardell and Dwayne Wade. So I'm going to put both of those guys in Elite Unlimited. Tom's fantastic, though. Tony Kukoc. Elite Unlimited, Ray Allen base. He's so good. He's so good. Like, he can cook. Again, he's struggled against better players for me. But against weaker players, he's normally always my main scorer. Tracy McGrady. Usable competitively, I guess. I don't think he's the greatest player in the game, but he's not bad at all. And we got Trae Young, only used if you like him in real life. Tristan Thompson, barely usable. Tyreek Evans, unlimited god. Unlimited god. And the reason why I'm saying these guys are unlimited gods are, like, there are I've dropped 25 points with so many of these guys in unlimited games. But I know if I went into a tournament with these, like, there's guys, like, if I'm playing again a random unlimited game, I'm going to be way, way better with Tyreek Evans, Jamal Crawford could drop 30 points each. You guys saw my Bulls gameplay, Jamal Crawford dropped like 35 points in it. But at the end of the day, if I'm playing competitively, I'm still not going to even ever in a million years run a Jamal Crawford. I'm running my Nick Batum, I'm running my Cones. But in just random unlimited game against X.2K God XX, these guys are guys that are going to drop way, way more points than some of the guys in the lower tier. Even though they may be less usable competitively. Vince. I mean, I'm going to put Vince in usable and competitively, but I don't think he's great. He's just about usable. Vlade, just about usable. He's a meme more than anything. Wendell Carter, wherever AD is. Pretty sure I put AD in usable and comp. Yeah, Wendell Carter is not an elite comp player, but he's a very good player. Wes Unseld, same. Actually, screw it. No, Wes is Elite Unlimited. If I'm putting Tyreek Evans in Elite Unlimited, I'm putting Wes in Elite Unlimited. 20k. Kobe base, very quick. Chicken man. He's as good as the Opal Kobe. Okay, then we got Willis Reed. Willis Reed's alright. Usable Unlimited. Willis Reed, Horace Grant, and Bob Mackley were very similar cards. Will Chamberlain. I mean, I still think Will Chamberlain is somewhat... I'm going to put Will Chamberlain. I think Shaq's a bit better. I prefer Wilt to Shaq. I'm going to put Wilt in Elite Comp, especially on Next Gen. His base 17 is or Set 17 is a really nice release on Next Gen. Not great in current gen. Zions. I'm going to put Zions in all three in usable and unlimited. I think all three of them belong in the same tier. Because the difference with these three Zions, one plays the point guard position. One is the best stats wise, but doesn't play the greatest position. One plays point guard, even though two guards is the best position for Zion. And the other one has got slightly worse stats, but the release on very quick, which is a big difference. So that's my thing with Zion. So yeah, this is it. We have ranked 206 players. We have our best 10 right here. We have our elite comp. These are the guys you're going to see on most people's squads if you're playing high level comp. I think Cliff Robinson. I'm going to remove Cliff because I don't think you're going to see much of Cliff. Cliff is just who I would personally run. If I was running my best possible team right now, I would run Cliff Robinson in my team. I'll put Cliff into Elite Unlimited, I guess. No, Cliff doesn't belong in that tier. I'm higher on Cliff than most people, so I'm going to put him in the lower tier. Cliff can't drop 40 on somebody. Cliff is either in one of these two competitive tiers. He's a really good competitive player. And then we got these guys right here in Elite Unlimited, who are guys that can carry you to so many wins in Unlimited, but if you play up against another high-level player, these guys are going to be, a lot of time you're going to be targeted, or just kind of found out. Like, again, Ingram will be turned into a cone. These guys, usable in comp, are mostly cones. Simply put, mostly cones. Or guys that are decent one-on-one players and maybe not good enough to be great one-on-one players in competitive setting, but you will see them occasionally. And not only, and by competitive, I don't mean playing for money, playing in tournaments. I mean, you're going to see them occasionally in good players' hands, playing a competitive unlimited game. These elite unlimited players are the guys that are going to cook against 80% of opponents who are not elite. And the 20% that are elite, you're going to see these guys are going to be guys that you're going to see those guys use, and you're going to be more effective. These guys are going to still be effective against them. Usable and unlimited are guys that are still usable against those kind of weak, average to below average level players. The just about usable are guys that they're probably going to feel like a liability, but you're not going to lose a game because of them. And the only if you like them in real life, I put that tier there because you may actually lose a game because of these guys. So anyway, yeah, that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.